Okay, so our next topic is the ethnomedicinal importance of the Ranunculaceae family. We are taking one by one families and their ethnomedicinal importance because this will be important from your UPSC mains examination point of view. So this time we will consider the ethnomedicinal importance of the Ranunculaceae family. Now consider this is your syllabus. We are dealing with the paper number 1 and the chapter number 4, that is plant resource development, and we are here at the importance of ethnobotany in the Indian context. Okay, now, see why we are doing this because of this question. This question was asked in the Indian Civil Service mains in 2020. Okay, here you has to specify the ethnomedicinal uses of the family called the Solanaceae and the Apiaceae, and you have to describe the three members from each family so that you will have the complete 15 marks. So UPSC in 2020 had gone for the Solanaceae and the Apiaceae family. In the future, they can go for the any plant family which is mentioned in the UPSC mains syllabus, right? So that is why we have to cover each and every family which is given in the UPSC mains syllabus. Okay. Now come to the topic. We are talking about the ethnomedicinal uses. Now, when we talk about the ethnomedicine, okay, it is literally connected with the ancient tribal knowledge. Okay, whatever the tribal people's knowledge is there regarding the plants, we are directly utilizing this knowledge of the tribal people so that we can create the new drugs, okay, out of it directly, because we will get direct reference of a plant, that which plant is used for which specific use. And then if we know the plant and their general properties, from that we can create the whole new drug, okay, which can save the many lives in today's world. So when we talk about the ethnomedicine, we should look after the plants, such a plants which are traditionally used by our ancient peoples, okay, or our ancestors. Now let us consider in this regard for the Ranunculaceae family, the very first plant is called the Anemone falconeri. Okay, carefully you have to write down this particular name in your notes. Okay, that is Anemone falconeri. Okay, falconeri. Animal falconeri is the name, and as it is a botanical name, you should carefully underline it. Okay. Now, which part of it is used traditionally is the root, and what they create out of the root? They create the paste of the root, or they extract out the juice of the root. And this particular paste and the juice of the root is considered as an analgesic. Okay, it is considered as an analgesic, or it can be used against the fevers. So this property is shown by the root juice of the Anemone falconeri, which belongs to the Ranunculaceae family. What they do, they take out the root of this particular plant and they create the paste of this plant, or they can create the juice of this plant, which can be act as a, which shows the analgesic properties, or it may reduce the fevers. Okay, so this is the first ethnomedicinal application of the Anemone falconeri, which belongs to the Ranunculaceae family. Now let's consider the second plant, which is called as the Anemone astuciloba. Okay, carefully remember the name Anemone astu astu a b. Sorry, here it should be b. A b t u s t u. Then you have to write down s I l o b a. Okay, so Anemone astuciloba. This is the pronunciation, Anemone astuciloba. And this particular plant, again, the root part of this plant is used for the various applications. And actually, we create this time the powder of this root. Okay, and this powder can be used as a remedy for the toothache. Okay, now see, a very specific use is there to for the toothache. If there is a pain in the tooth, then this type of the medicine can be used. Okay, that is for the toothache, right? So here the Anemone astuciloba, this root is converted into the powder, and this powder, in case of the toothaches, can be used for the reducing the pain which is caused by the toothaches. Okay, now these properties are very very important from the examination point of view, hence you should remember them very carefully. Okay, now let us consider the third plant regarding this. The name of the third plant is again belongs to the Anemone genus, that is Anemone tetrasepala. Okay, write down the name Anemone tetrasepala. This Anemone tetrasepala plant, again, which part of it we use? It's a root. Okay, and out of the root, what they create? What they create out of this root? They create the juice, okay, which can be act as a sedative favor and in case of the bronchitis. So juice of this is used in case of the sedative, or say the primary use is the bronchitis. Okay, so for in case of the throat infections, in case of the bronchitis, this particular juice of the root of the anemone tetrasepala can be used. Okay, so note down this third application or the third plant which belongs to the Ranunculataceae family. Now the fourth plant we have is the Caltha alba. Okay, carefully remember the name Caltha alba. Okay, and this Caltha alba again belongs to the Ranunculataceae family. And which part we use of it as ethnomedicinal part? Its leaves. Okay, and out of the leaves, what we create is the powder of the leaves. Okay, dried powder is created, and this dried powder is used. Okay, in case of the Caltha alba, this particular plant is used for the ethnomedicinal use. In and which part we are going to use it is the leaves. Okay, leaves powder is created, and this leaves powder is used as a wound healer. Okay, wound healing can be done by using this particular powder of the leaves, which is coming from the Caltha alba. So first three plant belongs to the anemone genus, and the fourth plant belongs to the Caltha genus. Okay, carefully remember the name because names are always important in the UPSC mains examination. Now the fifth plant we have here for the ethnomedicinal uses of the Ranunculataceae family is the Aquilegia nivalis. Okay, what is the name of the plant? It's called Aquilegia nivalis. Okay, carefully write down the spelling. See, Nivalis, nivalis, Aquilegia nivalis. This particular Aquilegia nivalis plant again belongs to the Ranunculataceae family, and the juice and the decoction of it is created through its roots. Okay, roots are used, and out of these roots, the juice is created, or you can say the decoction is created out of it. And this roots juice or the decoction is used in case of the diabetes. Okay, see, very peculiar use is there, diabetes, or in case of the blood purification, this particular extract is used. Okay, blood, in case of blood purification, in case of diabetes, this particular remedy works very smoothly. So here Aquilegia nivalis is the fifth plant which belongs to the Ranunculataceae family, and its roots, out of its roots the juices got created, and this juice or decoction can be used against the diabetes or for the blood purification. So here we have the list of 5 plants, that is Anemone falconeri, Anemone astrusolova, then Anemone tetrasepala, then Caltha alba, then Aquilegia nivalis. Okay, all of these 5 plants are very, very important from the ethnomedicinal point of view. Okay, and out of these 5 plants, the 4 plants are used. In the 4 plants, we have used the root part. Okay, and in one part, in one plant, that is in Caltha alba, we have used the leaves. And the different types of the powder paste juices are created out of it, and which are used for the different kinds of the medicinal application. So these are the 5 plants which belongs to the Ranunculataceae family, which shows the ethnomedicinal importance. Okay.